Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 12. He has autism, and we paint together, working on his fine motor skills. We use a hand-over-hand method, and I paint with him every few days, and then I paint every day. And he is actually starting to do some of the painting by himself without me having to do the hand-over-hand method. So it's great to see the progress he's making and how much more he is enjoying art and different crafts and stuff. So I feel really excited about where his growth is and what's happening. So I'm just doing I always put way too much paint on my paintbrush. Just doing some random flowers. Some days I know what I want to do, and some days I just do. Just do. That's all I can do, is just do. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. That would be amazing. I am currently in treatment for breast cancer, and so I have been getting my chemo infusions. And this past Thursday, it's yesterday, all the days are blending together, was my last infusion prior to having my surgery in December. So I am supposed to then have more chemo and radiation, depending on all the next steps and everything after I have my surgery. So they told me, though, the chemo that I'll get for this next one will be different, because I was having like 6-hour treatments. I was pretty much there all day, blood work, and then talking to the doctors and doing I almost dropped my I almost caught it a pen and I almost dropped it. Doing the blood work and seeing the doctor and doing all that. So I was there pretty much all day. But I always say it was my best day, because there is nothing that I can do to change any of it, and it just is what it was. So I just got to the point where you just have to let go of what's happening and just say, okay, stay positive, stay focused, get healed, move forward. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just really thankful for everything that's happening and what took place, and just knowing that God is walking with me on this journey. And I'm thankful for all the support and love and people that are praying for me. It feels good to have all kinds of support, and knowing that this is all going to be fine. I know it. I have too much left to do, and be there for my son, and just lots to live for him. People ask me what stage I'm at, and I never wanted to know, because that just puts a number on something that is, when you put a restriction on yourself or on the life expectancy of something, or the things that you can and cannot do, that like limits you. That doesn't give you a chance to set out and change anything. So I just think, for me, and there's nothing wrong with knowing a number, and that is fair. That's something that a lot of people need to know. But for me, it just felt like it would complicate everything, and I didn't want to know all the facts, and I needed to know how I needed to take care of myself, and if my labs kept coming back fine, and things like that. That's what I needed. I needed the cleanest of details without having to go through a lot of the surface stuff, because that just, like I said, for my mind, I got too many other things going on with my son and with things that I want to do, and just trying to focus on building my art and building this, mindset of a happier life, and not worried about what things I can't control. So that's how I've been looking at it, and like I said, for me, and when people ask me about all the details, I don't know them. I don't want to know them. I don't want to be stuck in those moments where I can't feel like I have control over anything. And saying I have this cancer, it wasn't going to help me to stay in a positive mindset. It was just going to keep controlling the things that I couldn't change. And that was what I wanted. I wanted to know that I could control through a happier attitude, and just know that it was going to be fine. So I couldn't really process trying to even focus on something like that. So here I am, and I have no clue. But my doctor said she's going to cure me, and my heart is fully in it to win it. And I just keep praying, and I keep just going through the life I'm living, and knowing that the future is going to be bright. Ooh, I got too much paint. Almost lost it. But, ooh, I love the Canadian geese are going over my house right now, and I love the sound of them. Now sometimes they're a little too loud and wake me up, but I still love them. I love all, like, the bird sounds. When I lived in Florida, I would love to see the parrots going by. It was so cool. And there were like a ton of the flocks with that, and it was just neat to be able to have them around. See, we just mix until we're done. We just put wherever we want to put, and it all blends together. That's okay. That is A-okay. We just keep going. It's funny, I have this yellow and gold, and I swear I'd put one on here, but I hadn't. I've been using it for some of the dots and things. Oopsie. This is what happens, folks. This is what happens when you put too much paint on your paintbrush. So I'm going to do a reverse kind of that one. Doing a lot of the little tails. I like the colors. You'll notice when I'm painting, a lot of times I just use one paintbrush, and I love doing that because I like to see all the colors that like blend together, and have the focus on how it looks like that, with just continuously adding to my paintbrush. And so it makes me happy when things are kind of mixed up, because you get so many different shades. And now I just covered up one of my favorite flowers with more than I wanted to, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll still work its way. So I'm slap happy, I suppose, because I had 6 infusions throughout the trying to get the cancer down as much as they could to get before I had my surgery. So I had 6 infusions, and the first 4 were a lower dosage to make sure that my body could handle it and that things were going okay with everything. So my last 2 infusions were full strength, and they still didn't know how I would handle it, but my stomach doesn't exactly like me all the time, and food tastes very weird. But other than that, and being extra tired, especially for the first, several days afterwards, I truly feel very blessed, because this hasn't hit me as hard as it coulda, woulda, shoulda. And each one, starting, with 1 all the way up to this last one, the 5th one was my easiest, even though, like I said, it was a little longer before food started tasting right. And I always call my stomach a rocket ship. It seems like it just takes off whenever it wants to. And oopsie-doopsie, see, playing in some paint, but we'll grab it up here in just a second. So my medicine has really been helping me. They have me on several things to kind of help calm it down, but thankfully it's not been that horrible. As I sit here and my stomach is processing it all right now. La la la, we just kind of skip over it. We don't care. I'm trying to decide what other colors, where I want to put colors. That's what, like, I don't always necessarily need to fill it all in, but I like to make sure that it kind of has like all the colors and all the shapes and stuff and whatever I'm trying to accomplish. So Owen had a pretty good day, but he's very anxious about having another day off, because Monday is a holiday, and he thrives in school. He loves school, and so it's hard when he wants to be at school and here he is having a day off. And then he is now, we're going to still call it new school until he probably goes to high school, but he's in middle school. And the thing is, he's worried that he's going to have to go back to intermediate, which his school was broken down into elementary was K1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 at 2 different schools. So he went to those schools, and he will be at his middle school for 3 years or longer, because I can keep him in school longer because of his IEP and the rules that they have for special needs families and everything. So I can keep him in longer, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it's just nice to know that he still has lots of opportunities to thrive and everything. But he gets anxious because he doesn't want to go back to his old school, but he is confused as to, if he's going to go back to that school. So it's just really hard to get him to understand that he's now in middle school. And then at one point I made the mistake of telling him he was going to be at this school for 3 years and then he would go and be at high school. Well, now he thinks he's going to go to high school quicker, but even though I told him 3 years, it's still hard for him. Lots of anxiousness with knowing and not knowing what he's gonna do and why it's gonna be. So, but he loves his teacher. She's such a fresh breath of fresh air for him, and still, he has to do what he has to do. But she really works well with her kids and tries to make sure that they're having their best days, and if they're not having their best days, then she tries to steer or redirect so that they can accomplish things that they can work through on those days. And that's what I like knowing that she's pushing the kids. She's pushing them to learn and grow and accomplish so many things, and I'm truly thankful for the teacher and aide that he had last year and the years before, because she was amazing, and she gave Owen, both of them, all of them did, all of his support staff as well. They gave Owen such a stepping stone to this next phase, that it's really quite a beautiful thing to watch how well he's adjusting because of where he came from, and how supportive the teacher was from the last few years. So that helps to determine a lot of the things he's learning and doing now, and it's just amazing to watch and see the growth. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm very, very, very thankful for everything that has gone on with him and the things that he's learned and what he's going through now and stuff like that. So it's a great, great, great win for Owen. I think I filled it up a lot more than I was planning on it, but hey, that's okay. I'm just enjoying the paint. Sometimes it's all about just letting go and not worrying. I worry sometimes I'm putting things on top of each other or where something shouldn't go. But you know what? It's just paint. You get to do this every day, any day, whenever you want to do it. You just go for it. You just make paint work for you. Just do it. If you haven't painted in a long time, get you some new paints, get you some new canvas, and paint and enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Make your heart happy. And if painting's not your thing, I didn't think painting was going to be my thing. My friend encouraged me to paint because she knew that it would be good for Owen, and it has been good for Owen, but I can tell you for sure that it's given me so much of a purpose and so many wonderful moments to truly be happy about. So I love painting, and I'm very thankful. And I'm almost out of my green here, so that instead of putting more on my plate, I'm just going to say we are pretty much done. I feel like I need a little orange flowery thingy right there. It's not really, just needed it. I just wanted it. So here we go. We're going to do O for Owen, and then L and B. So, there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.